Now, if you want people to click on your ad, you have to make sure that your ads are effective. In this tutorial, I'm going to show you some tips to make sure that your ads are effective and you're getting people to click on your ad, because it makes no sense to run the ads if nobody is clicking on it, especially if you're paying per impression. Now let's select create an ad, and for your title you have different options that you can different techniques that you can use. So one would be to start by asking a question, something emotionally arousing. So you might want to say, why can't I get a man? Or something like that, or a woman. So something intriguing, it might bring up some sort of emotional response. So that approach is to ask a question that will arouse some sort of emotional response. Another approach is a sort of testimonial approach. So if you've done something and you want to share that with people, you could post an ad with the title kind of giving testament to that. So for example, how I ran 25 miles or something like that. And maybe you want to target long distance runners, marathon runners. So that would be another approach as well. Another approach would be to take advantage of things that we see in the news. So for example, so for example, don't let your oil spill. And maybe this would be appropriate if you're offering some sort of car services or something like that. And it's a play on words. This would be ideal when the oil spill was going on. So that's how you would make use of current events, things are going on right now, to give your ad a good, catchy, effective title. Now, choosing your image. Choosing an image is very important because that's what's gonna catch people's attention. That's what's gonna make them notice your ad and click on your ad. And of course, that's only one step. So you don't want to get people to click if your services won't match up with what you displayed in the ad. So a good picture equals more clicks, but what you write in the body of your ad will determine whether they're likely to convert, whether they're likely to go ahead and actually make a purchase. So be careful with the ad. Again, you want it to be catchy, you want people to click on it, but you don't want it to be too misleading, especially if you're paying per click. Now, make your picture related, something intriguing, something shocking maybe. Make sure it doesn't violate the rules and regulations of Facebook. And that's it right now for just creating an effective ad. Now you might think you've created the perfect ad in the world. The picture is perfect, the URL is perfect, the title is perfect, but you still have to pass one additional hurdle, and that's getting your ad approved by Facebook. After you've created your ad, after you've submitted it, Facebook will then review that ad and make sure that it's appropriate before they let it start running. So you need to know what guidelines to follow in order to get your ads approved, and I'll just go through a few of those things with you right now. The destination URL is very important. You can't send the ad to a page that does anything tricky and have pop-ups and make it difficult for people to leave the site or anything like that. You're not going to get your ad approved if your URL does that. When you're making references to Facebook, there are rules regulating that. So if you can avoid that, please do. Now, with the ad and image content, remember that it must relate to the page that you're sending the ad to. It must represent what you're advertising. It can't be insulting or anything like that. And there are certain things that are just prohibited. The ad can't be misleading or fraudulent or deceptive. Remember, it can't be profane. You can sell certain products on here. You can promote get rich quick schemes or anything like that. It's pornography, and you can go through all these different rules. So if you do get your ad rejected, you might need to go through this list to see what exactly caused your ad to be rejected. So your grammar, capitalization, punctuation, symbols, there are all these rules and regulations. So if your ad contains any of these problems, then it will be difficult to get your ad approved. Remember, you can't do things like repeating the same word multiple times. Buy, for example. The spellings must be correct and all of that. So if you can follow these guidelines, then it will increase the chances of getting your ads approved. And that's it for this tutorial. In this video, I just wanted to show you a few things about how your ads will look once you start running your ad campaign. Now click advertising to get to the main advertising screen, and you'll see here a list of the ads that were recently approved. And you'll also see a list of your campaigns in this area. Your campaigns are also listed here. And remember that your campaigns will contain groups of ads. So for example, if we click this campaign, we will see the individual ads that are in this campaign. So you can click one of these ads and you will see specific information about the ad, including whether it's active or paused or stopped. And you'll also see the number of impressions, the number of clicks. And if you look in this area right here, you will see the sample ad, and you'll also be given the option to view the ad on a profile. You'll also be able to edit the ad, and you can also copy this ad and make a similar ad. Let's click edit ad, and this will give you the option to go through and change different information about the ad. You could also change whether you want the ads to be pay per click or pay per impression. So you could change that right here, but remember that every time you change your ad, it will have to be approved again. And once you're done making changes, you would click save.